So as I said, we have Noel Common is the referee. On the sideline we have Dave Ryan from the St. Raymond's Club. Danny McKenna is going to do the other line. Dennis Toomey and Danny Brown are going to be the umpires. And what a game we are in for today. It promises to be a fantastic game. The New York Under-14 final, in many ways, is the highlights of the championships. The winner of the teams gets to be the FAILA manager for the upcoming year, and it always proves to be a very tightly fought contest. Add that to the mix of Rockland versus St. Barnabas, which is one of the biggest rivalries in the minor board, right up there with the Giants and Cowboys rivalry, or the Knicks and the Celtics or whoever. Like, they're a big rivalry here. So once you put Rockland and Barnabas on the same field, you're sure of a lot of competition. St. Barnabas Club will be hoping to add to their silverware in the U10 Championship and in the New York Senior Football Championship, which they won a couple of weeks ago against the Sligo Club after a replay. A lot of players, their brothers and sisters on the team. In the Barnabas Club, we have Jack Gleason's younger sister Grace won the Under-10 Championship. Adam Smith's younger brother Emmett won the in the Under-10s, along with who else? I believe it's in St. Barnabas. And then on the Rockland team we have Oliver Connolly is Joe Connolly's brother. Joe was on the Under-12 Championship winning team. So a lot of silverware, and with some siblings they'll be hoping to add to that. Setanta won the Under-14B Championship earlier today. They defeated Rockland by 2 points. So Rockland will be looking to make up for that in the U14A Championship as they take on St. Barnabas. So the teams are evenly poised. We have the floodlights coming on in Gaelic Park. The game is 30 minutes a half. 2 periods of 5 minutes will separate the teams. All the kickouts, it's unlimited touch, so it doesn't matter how many hops and solos you take. And all the kickouts will be from the 13-metre line. In the event of extra time, 2 periods of 5 minutes. We'll take over, and we're just waiting now to get the game started. We're waiting for a football here for the referee, Noel Common, and she has a word with McLean, the manager of the Rockland team. So just waiting now just to clear the fields, and we'll be ready to go. What's up, mate? Sure what we're waiting for. And the ball is in. Barnabas win the ball. Here is Owen O'Hara from the New York FAILA team this year, and he receives the close attention. Oh, Jack Sullivan gets on the ball there now, but it's gone back into Rockland. Rockland get the ball, was blocked down by St. Barnabas. Big interception there for them. And Barnabas come away with the ball. Adam Smith on the ball, gives it out down the field, down to Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers breaks one tackle and he breaks down the field. Wins the ball and plays it back in towards Aaron Bogue. There's Cormac Murphy. Cormac Murphy back to Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue takes on his player. That's Jason. He's fouled there now. That's going to be a free for Barnabas. Noel's going to have her work cut out for her today. Now there's none between these two teams. Here's Owen Kennedy wearing number 15 but playing centre half forward. Owen's going to take the ball. He's got about 30 yards out. This will be a very impressive score if he can get it. Owen Kennedy, younger brother of Garrod Kennedy, just won a New York Senior Championship. He'll be hoping to add to that, but not with a kick like that. That's just gone to the right hand wide. Difficult kick for a U14 player. 13 yards out, and we're going to have Sean O'Neill is going to kick this ball. Sean's a giant of a fella. Big kick of a ball. He's going to put this down towards the midfield area. Yep. Oh, but it's only gone as far as Owen Kennedy, not the man you want to give it to. He takes the ball and he's chasing Barron down towards goals, and it kicked, and it's right off the crossbar, but Barnabas get it back again. Here is Ryan Phelan and Niall Rogers on the ball, but it just goes to the left and wide. Barnabas will be disappointed with that one. They need to take the chances in this game. It's a very strong Rockland team. Sean O'Neill not be too happy with that kick. And a big kick out again, down towards the halfway line. Barnabas win the ball, but it breaks down in the direction of Owen O'Neill. But Rockland come away with it there now. Passed it on now. Oh, but a good intercept there by Cormac Murphy. And there is Jason Riley, younger brother of Ciara Riley, former New York player and current player of the New York Rockland team. And that is Oliver Conley. This is Jack Sullivan now on the ball. Big addition to the Rockland club here around the middle of the field. And he's going to put it in around the square. You can be sure he's got a big kick of the ball. Yep, here we go in again towards the 13-yard line. But Barnabas break the ball and hand pass it out. Colin Conroy, yep, well done. Jack Gleason on the ball here now. Or Jack Baldwin. Oh, he's going to... And here we go. Rockland intercept that ball. That's Daglan McLaughlin. Charges down the field and gives it down to Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan's very hard to stop once he gets momentum going. Gives it back to Daglan. Takes it, goes past the player. Gives the ball over here to Owen O'Hara. Owen O'Hara takes the player on. Big interception there for St. Barnabas. For Conor McNally. And that's Jack Sullivan on the ball. Oh, there's Jack Gleason. Gives the ball over to... Oh, it's been intercepted. And here goes Rockland again. There's Jack Sullivan charging down towards goals. Takes on one, takes two. Big kick and a goal for Rockland. That's a big score. Big score for Jack Sullivan there. That puts them 3 points in the lead. As Ryan Harvey's going to kick it out now for Barnabas. Looks up, look for his options. And they kick it down towards... Yep. St. Barnabas corner back line. There's Emmett Oh, Daglan McLaughlin gets on the ball. Gives it over there to Kieran Walsh. Kieran Walsh back towards Aidan Lee. Aidan Lee gets it, gives it back towards Daglan McLaughlin. Daglan giving it back there now to Kieran Lee. Kieran Lee over to Emmett Killeen. Emmett Killeen looks in again. Looks for Jack. Oh, great intercept by Barnabas Club. And they kick it down towards Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue's a danger man for Barnabas. Part of the New York Fela team. And he kicks it over. Oh, but it's going to be intercepted here by Rockland. Rockland win the ball. Tidy it up now and hand it back. That's a Austin O'Hara. Big interception there for Rockland. But it's only as far as Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan kicks it down the field now in towards a Barnabas player. But Jack Sullivan on the ball again. He's a real threat for Rockland going forward. Always seems to be on the end of the ball. Here we go. This is Aidan Lee. Aidan Lee to Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan kicks it down now towards John Hannigan. John Hannigan gets on the ball now, looks up. He's tackled. Emmett Killeen on the ball. Takes one tackle and it's a free in. Referee Noel comment. Awards a free to Owen O'Hara, midfielder for Rockland. And he's going to give it to Jack Sullivan. So it's a goal to no score, 6 minutes gone, 3 points up for Rockland. And Rockland kick it over the bar. That's Jack Sullivan again, second score for him, a goal and a point. He's been the difference between both teams so far. Ryan Harvey going to kick this ball out. Who's he going to kick it to? Big kick now, but it's going to go in the direction of Jason Riley. Jason Riley wins the break. But a great intercept of Jack Gleason. Aaron Gleason's... Jason Riley's going to... Yeah, Jason Riley does well. Hands it off to... Jason Riley does well. Big shoulder now between Jack Gleason and Jason Riley. Now Jack Sullivan's on the ball again. Tackled by Cormac Murphy. Tackled by Jack Gleason, but he breaks two tackles and carries the ball on. Kicks it in then towards Owen O'Hara. Owen O'Hara wins the ball, breaks one tackle, breaks another. And he's finally dispossessed. Gains possession again. A lot of close attention from St. Barnabas. Emmett Killeen gets on the ball. Hand passes it over to... not sure who that was, but Oliver Conley. But Barnabas managed to turn it over. David Barrett on the ball now. Gives it off toward Jack Gleason. They need a big game from Jack Gleason today, and he hands it off towards Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers as a flyer takes the ball down the field, but he's tackled by Jason Riley, and he's turned over. Jason Riley, very physical player, carries the ball looks up, big kick in towards Emmett Killeen. Emmett Killeen gets on the ball, but David Barrett intercepts him. He turns back and hands it off to Cormac Murphy. Cormac Murphy looks up, takes a hand pass, but he's dispossessed, and he's shouldered out of the way, and that's a foul. That's a big hit from Jack Sullivan on Cormac Murphy. Barnabas are really going to have to match Rockland for their physicality. They're very physical, very big. But St. Barnabas have never been afraid of any Rockland team. They're not going to start today. Here's Jack Gleeson to Niall Rogers. And he kicks it down, but it's intercepted now by Shane O'Neill. And Shane O'Neill bursts down the field. He's not going to be too afraid of any St. Barnabas player. He's a raging bull. And he gets caught in the corner. And Niall Rogers, the smallest man on the field, shows no fear of him, takes the ball off him and wins the sideline ball. And he gives it down then towards St. Barnabas full forward line. That's Jack Baldwin. He looks up, back to Niall Rogers. St. Barnabas win the ball here now. Back in and across. Owen Kennedy gets on the ball. They need to get the ball in the hands of Owen Kennedy and Aaron Bogue. They're the two danger men in there for the forward line. Oh, but Jason Riley smelled that one coming a mile off, and Colin Ryan's going to fight far hard for that. Gives it into Cian Barry. Cian Barry to Shane O'Neill. Shane O'Neill looks up, kicks the ball down the field now in the direction of Owen O'Hara. Owen O'Hara is under pressure now from Barnabas. That's Anthony McPhailum keeping up with him, and they managed to get it over towards Oliver Connolly, but Cormac McNally is going to win that ball. He gives it over to Niall Rogers, and Cormac McNally back on the ball again, looks up and plays it in the direction of Jack Baldwin. Jack Baldwin gets it, leaves it off here now, and that's Jack Gleeson. Austin O'Hara, but here we go. This is the goalie, Aidan Long, or Ryan. Austin O'Hara, great turnover, but it's out now towards Aidan Lee. Kieran Walsh. Jack Sullivan getting on the ball, takes two players with him and plays the ball. Great ball there towards Oliver Connolly, but Barnabas might intercept this again. Well done, Barnabas. David Barrett gives it off there to Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers looks up, loses possession, but gains it back in again. And we've got it in now towards St. Barnabas. Well picked up by the St. Barnabas player. Gives it over towards Jack Gleeson. Jack Gleeson's going to bear down on goals, takes the shot, and it goes just short and to the left and wide. They'll be disappointed with that kick. Had a bit more time than he thought he had. The Rockland goalie is going to kick it out, and that is Sean McCormick. Sean McCormick from the 13-yard line. 5 minutes gone. 4 points for Rockland. No score for Barnabas. But Barnabas come back in this half very well. And Sean O'Neill kicks it out now towards... Oh, it's going to be a scramble for this one. It's going to be Oliver Connolly on the ball. He looks up. Aidan Durkin looks up towards Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan gets on the ball. Charges forward, but he's under pressure now from Jack Gleeson. Jack O'Sullivan turns back. Gives it back to Jack O'Sullivan. It beats David Barrett. He goes for a second goal, but a great save by Ryan Harvey. Is it enough? And it's a second... Hold on. Second goal. We're just going in. Noel Common's going to decide. Yep, 2 goals to 1 point. That is a second goal for Rockland. Did very well to win the break after the first brilliant save from Ryan Harvey, but it wasn't enough to keep out Rockland from the second goal. So now it's 2 goals and 1 point. That's 7 points to no score in favour of Rockland. Barnabas really can't afford to give balls to Jack Sullivan. And the Rockland forward line, 7 Fela players in this Rockland team. Very strong. Unfortunately, that team never got to go back, but it shows the depth of their team that they can have 7 players and still have tremendous players all around them that didn't manage to make the Fela team. There is Adam Smith, wins the ball. Cormac on the ball, and he wins his free. So it's Cormac McNally. Wins the ball in the back. Owen McKennedy wins that ball. And it's down towards Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue under pressure from Jason Riley. Aaron Bogue wins the ball now. He's under a lot of pressure. And beats the tackle. Gives it off now to Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers to Owen Kennedy. Owen Kennedy spins out of the tackle. Gives it to Aaron Bogue. Looks up. Sees another player. That's Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers under pressure. Kicks the ball. Is it going to go over? Has it got the legs? Great score by Niall Rogers. That's a big score for a small man, I tell you that. When he lacks in height, he makes up in heart. That's a great great score for Niall Rogers, great score for the St. Barnabas club, puts them right back in the game. Yeah. Huh? Oh, yeah. No, I don't know. But, right. Niall Rogers on the ball again here now. Gives the ball over to McPhailin. McPhailin back to Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers single-handedly carrying this game back for Barnabas. All the way in. It's going to go towards Jack Baldwin. Turned over there for Rockland. Rockland get the ball. Kick it back, well blocked down by St. Barnabas, and it's going to go out for a sideline ball. Sideline ball is for Rockland. Rockland get the ball. Play it back in, but it's only as far as Cormac Murphy. Cormac Murphy over to Jack Gleeson. Jack Gleeson looks up. Slows the game down a little bit and plays it back to Cormac Murphy. Cormac Murphy charges towards the Rockland 45, carries it over towards Owen Kennedy, and it's back towards Cormac Murphy. He's got a chance now. He's got a big chance, and Noel Common says no free. Plays the ball out. Jason Riley's on the ball. We're going to go back here. He's going to charge down the field. Barnabas got to get back very, very, very quickly. And that ball is... Oh, that's a free against Fiona Keaveney. Jason Riley gets on the ball here now. He's got a free. He's about 60 yards out. St. Barnabas not too happy with that. Lays free against Fiona, but that's not up to them. And the ball goes up towards Jack Sullivan, but Jack Gleeson does very well, but it's only as far as Jason Riley. Jason Riley wins that ball, carries it in towards the 3 Rockland players and kicks it. Not what he intended, and it's going to go up high. But the player to win that ball is Jack Sullivan. But he's turned over, and a great display of bravery from the Barnabas club as Anthony McPhailin gets on the ball, looks up and gives it over to Cormac Murphy. Cormac Murphy looks up, beats the tackle of Jason Riley and gives it to Owen Kennedy. Owen Kennedy looks up. We're going to need a big game from Owen as he gives it to Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers looks up, gets the ball again, takes the ball past 2 players, decides to give it back to Owen Kennedy. Owen Kennedy gives it in towards... is that a throw ball? No, it's Owen Kennedy on the ball. He's being tackled, and it's a goal chance here for Barnabas. Barnabas, get it, it's a goal for Barnabas! What a goal for St. Barnabas, and that is... Jack Baldwin. What a goal for St. Barnabas. Great ball in from Owen Kennedy. Great work in there by Niall Rogers and Cormac Murphy. They're really taking it up to I believe this is a water break. Yep, water break for both teams on the 15-minute mark. We're going to just have a brief delay. We're going to reflect on the last. So that was a great goal by Jack Baldwin. Well worked score from Barnabas. They've really come in, took the ball off Jack Sullivan after he plucked it out of the air, 7 feet out of the air, and then St. Barnabas turned it over, played it down the field, carried it right down the middle of the Rockland defence, and we are in a 3-point game now. 7 points for Rockland, 4 points for St. Barnabas. St. Barnabas, though, they've been made to work a lot harder for their scores than Rockland. They really have to figure out how they're going to deal with the threat of Jack Sullivan and Jason Riley. They've been just carving the Barnabas defence apart, but much to Barnabas's credit, they've been really working hard, showing a lot of tenacity. They're not scared of the big boys, and they're working very hard, hitting them hard, winning the 50-50 balls and then moving it very fast. Rockland, to their credit, some great defence here now. They've swarmed all around them and have played the ball out very fast. 3 scores there for Rockland, 2 goals and a point, and 2 scores for St. Barnabas, a goal and a point. So it's 7 points to 4 at the quarter mark of the game. Noel Common, she's not going to have an easy time today from both clubs. This is one of the fiercest rivalries in the New York Minor Board, Barnabas versus Rockland. You're never going to get an easy game if you have the whistle between these 2 guys, but she won't mind that at all as she whistles the game to get back in. St. Barnabas have a few more words to say before they restart the second quarter of this game. Coach Donald Murphy from Kerry and Mike Kennedy from Tipperary, 2 very experienced football, and Mike Kennedy is a very experienced hurling coach. Mike Kennedy also involved with the St. Barnabas New York Senior Football Championship team. Garrod was playing there, and Michal, I know, was supporting the team from a distance. Michal Kennedy, another great player from that family, so we're going to get we have a lot more to see from that family in the New York and St. Barnabas jersey in the future. So here we go. We're going to restart the second quarter here. It's going to be a kick out there from Shane O'Neill. Shane O'Neill is going to kick it out from the 13-yard line. He's a big bear of a man there now. I've seen him kick a 45 off the ground for a U14. It's the first time I ever seen it, but Shane O'Neill was the one man who was able to do it. So St. Barnabas not going to have it easy here now. Watch this kick. And we're going to restart now on the referee's clock. Just wait.
Break in the stream. Can you just acknowledge?
Oh yeah.
We just came back in.
Yeah. We're just restarting here now the game. Shane O'Neill's going to take a big kick. Kicks the ball 50 yards down the field to Jason Riley. Jason Riley can't hold on to it there now, but the ball hits the deck. And referee awards a free to St. Barnabas. Owen Kennedy gets on the ball, gives it to Cormac Murphy. Cormac Murphy looks up again. He sees Colin Ryan inside, but a good tackle here now by Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan is under a lot of pressure from Cormac Murphy, who puts his two arms around him. That's a free according to Noel Common. And Jack kicks it off to Jason Riley. Jason Riley, he's not going to give anybody an easy game today. But that's a great intercept by Barnabas there now. They work the ball there down to Jack Gleeson. Jack Gleeson takes it past Jason Riley and he hand passes the ball. That's another free on Jason Riley. That's no free according to Noel Common as Owen O'Hara wins the ball, breaks two tackles and then moves it on. Big shoulder there from Owen O'Hara. But a free against him and Niall Rogers is on the ball. Momentum's all with Barnabas at the minute, but they need to turn momentum into scores as Niall Rogers plays the ball in, looks up and sees Owen Kennedy. Owen Kennedy steps back. He's under a lot of pressure, get the free against him. Barnabas now win that free. Owen Kennedy's going to win the ball, but he needs options inside. He's not going to score from there. Owen Kennedy, big ball in there now towards Jack Baldwin, the goal scorer. Jack Baldwin looks up and he's got a big option inside, but it's well managed by the Rockland defence. And Barnabas win a free in here. That is Anthony McPhillum. Anthony's younger brother Ryan there won the under-10 championship there from wing forward. Anthony's playing midfield there today. And that is Owen Kennedy. Owen Kennedy, very, very experienced free taker, but he'll need all his skills there to put this ball over from 21 yards out. Looks up, takes a kick, and whoa! We had a wide ball, I believe. Yep. Umpire Dennis Toomey signals that is a wide ball. Shane O'Neill, unorthodox kick-out style for a U14, but he's going to kick this ball off the ground. Very accurate and very powerful when it comes to these kicks. Here we go. Kicks it along the ground. It's going towards Owen O'Hara, but St. Barnabas, it's going to go in the direction of Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan's going to charge on the field. Jack Gleeson's trying to chase behind him, but Jack Sullivan's not an easy man to catch. Jack Sullivan charges towards the wheel. He's made 40 yards already. He wants to make 60. Gives it off there towards Joe Connolly. Joe Connolly gives it off to Emma Killeen. Emma Killeen hand passes, but it's a free in for Rockland. Foul on St. Barnabas, free in there. Jack Sullivan's going to take this free. Chance for a Jack Sullivan score. Slots the ball between the posts. That's an easy score. That's the easy score Jack Sullivan's going to get today. And that puts 4 points between the teams. 2-2 to Rockland, 1-1 to St. Barnabas. Ryan Harvey's going to take this kick out. He looks up there, but there's not too many easy options for him. Big kick to Ryan Harvey, kicks it in the direction of David Barrett. Well done to Adam Smith. Adam Smith wins that ball, gives it off there now. Adam Smith wins the ball back again. Liam, well done there to Liam. Kicks the ball down now in the direction of Niall Rogers, but not the ball that Niall Rogers wants to see, going over his head in the direction now of Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue wins the ball. Oh, it's a difficult pass for intended target. Gives it off to Jason Riley. Jason Riley now gives it to Owen O'Hara. Owen O'Hara has all the time in the world, but he doesn't want to take it all. He's going to give it inside. Gives it off. Jason Riley on the ball there now. Back to Owen O'Hara. Owen O'Hara carving inside. What an attacking threat he is. Gives the ball over in the direction of Jack Sullivan. Just outruns him, and it's going to outrun everybody. Yeah, just too much on the ball. 11 minutes to go. 4 points between these teams. 4 points left. 11 points. 11 minutes left in this half. Ryan Harvey's going to have to take this kick. He looks up. Again, nobody open. No clear options for him. He's going to kick it in the direction of Niall Rogers. But Owen O'Hara is going to win that ball. Owen O'Hara looks up. Gives the ball over to Emma Killeen. Emma Killeen under a lot of pressure from St. Barnabas, but he keeps the ball, does very well to keep it in possession. Gives it off to Jason Riley. Jason Riley takes on Cormac Murphy. Jason Riley with a kick and a goal! A goal for Jason Riley. Not sure if he meant that, but he'll take it. That's a great score for Jason Riley, just over the goalkeeper's head, kicked it over everybody's head and then dipped into the goals. Ryan Harvey on the ball. Going to kick it out in the direction of Jack Gleeson. Jack Gleeson's going to... No, we've got to be intercepted by Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan's going to charge towards goals. This is going to be... That's 2 hops. That's 2 hops. But goal's going to stand. That is a heartbreaker for St. Barnabas. 4 goals and 2 points is 1-1. As Barnabas struggle to get back on the ball, they're going to go again through Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers gets on the ball. He looks up and kicks it in the direction of Owen Kennedy. Owen Kennedy is under a lot of pressure, and Owen O'Hara is going to turn the ball over. Oh, sorry, Daglan McLaughlin. Sorry, not Owen O'Hara. That's McLean. McLean does very well. He's being fouled, but he managed to get the ball away. Yep. That's a free for Rockland. Jack Sullivan's going to take this kick. He's about 35 yards out. Big kick and it dropping down to the right and wide. The score is 14 points to 4, 10 points between these teams. What we've seen Setanta come back from a similar deficit earlier. We really, really need Barnabas to step it up now. 9 minutes to go on the clock. Ryan Harvey with another kick out. And he's going to kick it in the direction of Adam Smith again. It's going to be a free for Barnabas. Holding the player off the ball is a call by referee Noel Common. Looks up in the direction of Owen Kennedy. Oh, this is going to be a tricky one. Jason Riley again intercepts. He reads that ball well. Charges towards goals. Rockland show no mercy, and they're going in the direction of Oliver Connolly. Oliver Connolly's got a chance for a goal, but he's saved by Ryan Harvey. Ryan Harvey picks it up, hand passes it off to St. Barnabas. Adam Smith. Oh, he's been turned over by Jason Riley again. Jason Riley's going in. He's got a goal chance, and he kicks it wide. I think the poor umpire got the blast of that one, but he won't mind. That's a big let off for Barnabas. They can't afford to give away any other goals now. They're already down by 10 points. Ryan Harvey kicks it in the direction, but it's that man Owen O'Hara wins the ball. Barnabas struggling to get their own possession. Owen O'Hara gets past Cormac Murphy and kicks it to the right and wide. Ryan Harvey. Oh, I think that's going to beat everybody to the sideline. That's a Rockland ball. This is Kieran Lee. Oh no, he's going to hand it off to Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan looks up. Big kick in now from Jack Sullivan. In towards, oh, well intercepted. Well intercepted by the St. Barnabas defence. Kicks it off to Niall Rogers, who jumps a lot higher than he is. He stands to win that ball. Hands it off, and a great hand pass then again into Liam McNally. Aaron Bogue's got to work for that ball, but he wins it over Jason Riley. He's under a lot of pressure here. As Liam looks up here now, he's got to get it into the St. Barnabas. That is over towards... Oh, Aaron Bogue kicks it in, but Rockland managed to turn it over. That's a big turnover from Rockland. There is Cian Barry. Cian Barry's younger brother Owen, who's on the under-12 Victoria's team. He's kicking it in towards Oliver Connolly. Oliver Connolly looks up, big kick in towards Jack Britton. Jack Britton on the ball here now. Gets past one player and into Emma Killeen. Emma Killeen on the ball. Part of the New York Phelan team. And a great score from Emma Killeen. That's a big score for Emmett. And manages to put 10 points between these teams. That's a big deficit now for... It's a big deficit now for the Barnabas club to come back for 10 points down, and doesn't look like it's getting any easier anytime soon as Jason Riley wins the ball, but referee Noel Common judges that is a free. Cormac Murphy on the ball, kicks it in towards Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue gets on the ball, under pressure from Kieran Lee. Aaron Bogue goes down a different direction. He's looking to get on, give it to Owen Kennedy, the danger man, but he's under a lot of pressure from Kieran Lee. Manages to get it in. St. Barnabas crowd not too happy with that. Jack Baldwin turns the ball over, and here is Niall Rogers, and a great score by Niall Rogers, and that puts 9 points between the teams. Barnabas holding on by a thread, but it's that Niall Rogers again with the interception and the score. Shane O'Neill with the kick out. Looks up now to see where it's going, but I'd say he just wants to put 50 yards between him and the ball. And there it is. Big kick out now. Barnabas win the ball, or Rockland win the ball through Jason Riley. Jason Riley, brilliant kick in now towards Rockland half forward line. Rockland half forward line kicking in towards Emma Killeen. Emma Killeen's got that ball. He's got one thing on his mind, but it goes to the left and it goes wide. Ryan Harvey with the big kick here, going in the direction of David Barrett. David, whoa, is that off the ground? No. Rockland managed to win that ball in again. That is Jack Britton, but Jack Britton turns the ball over, and that's Owen Kennedy. Owen Kennedy's had a tough time today. No, sorry, not Owen Kennedy. Jason Riley. Oh, well done, Barnabas. And that's a free out for St. Barnabas there. They kick the ball in the direction of Adam Smith. Adam Smith gives it off there now to Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue's on the ball here now. Oh, there's Kieran Lee. Aaron does well now to win that ball back, but it's Owen O'Hara's got the ball here now. Owen looks up, gives the ball over to Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan has got the ball again. He's kicking it, and a great ball in towards Rockland. Oliver Connolly gives it off there to Jack Britton. Jack Britton gives it to Oliver Connolly. Oliver Connolly gives it to Emma Killeen. Emma Killeen passes it in towards Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan passes it down. Can Jack Britton put it in the goals? No, it's going to be a 45 for Rockland. Very, very close. There, 10 points between the teams. 3.5 minutes left in this half. Barnabas on the ropes at the minute, and Rockland will be hoping to finish this off now in the first half. Another goal will probably do that to this game. Shane O'Neill, watch this kid kick the ball. I probably have the commentator's curse put on him, but I've seen him put it over from this distance before. He's in no rush to take it. He wants to take every second off the clock. And he makes sure he gives himself the best angle while he's at it. Yeah. Shane O'Neill, remember the New York Fela team this year that was supposed to go back, but unfortunately never made it. Very lazy kicking style, but it's a very powerful kick once he gets his whole body behind it. So he looks up. Effortless kick. Is it going? Has it got the legs? Joe! And it's a point over the bar. The goalie managed to put it over. And that is something you do not see every day of the week. A point from a 45 from Rockland players. Ryan Harvey put that ball. It prevented that from being a goal, but that's a great point for the fullback. Very, very, very impressive skill to have at that age. Brilliant work, but St. Barnabas come away with it. Now they need a score now before the half if they're going to be in with a chance for this game. Niall Rogers is the man they want to see on the ball. He wins it and gives it back to Jack Gleeson. Jack Gleeson kicks it down now, but that's not the ball Owen Kennedy wants to see. Owen Kennedy's under pressure from Daglan McLaughlin. Owen Kennedy slows the ball up, gives it in then towards I think that's Niall, no, not Niall Rogers. I think it's Aaron Bogue. And Rockland turn it over. That's a great bit of defending there from Rockland. And they are going to break out. And they're charging down the field. And the Barnabas heads go down as Daglan McLaughlin carries that ball out. Gives it off there to Jason Riley. Jason Riley. He's been one of the players of the game so far. Really attacks at the heart of the defence, and that's what he's doing again here now, but he's under a lot of pressure from Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers harrying and hassling him as Jason Riley kicks that ball in. It's a great goal opportunity here for John Hannigan. John Hannigan kicks it, and it's still in play. Oliver Connolly's going to win that ball. He kicks it back out towards Jack Britton. Jack Britton's on the ball, gives it to Oliver hand passes it himself. The referee says no free. Big kick for Jack Britton. Jack Britton kicks it and it goes over the bar. There's a score for Barnabas or Rockland. Ryan Harvey's going to kick that ball out 4-5 to 1-2. The score is starting to pile up now against St. Barnabas. They're not going to be happy with the half-time score. But Ryan Harvey kicks it down now towards David Barrett. David Barrett breaks the score, but it's got into Jack Gleason. Jack Gleason gets the ball here now. Hand passes it off to Cormac Murphy. Cormac Murphy charging in. He's going to try and make the halfway line, but he's under pressure from Jason Riley, who gives it off here. They're looking to get Niall Rogers on the ball or Owen Kennedy. And they've got Owen Kennedy on the ball, but he's shouldered off the ball. Noel Common says that's in the back. Owen Kennedy, 30 seconds left. They got to look at the clock here now, and they need a score. And the score that's going to do it is Cormac Murphy. Cormac Murphy slides it towards Colin Ryan. Colin Ryan wins that ball along the ground. Looking at Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue kicks the ball, but it goes to the left. No, it's still in. Jack Baldwin keeps it in. I think he looked a bit too guilty there on that one. The umpire says wide ball, and there's 10 seconds left on the clock. Shane O'Neill now with a big kick. I think it's going to be half-time. It's going to beat him. Yep, and that is going to be half-time. 4-5 to 1-2. That's 17 points to 5. 12 points in this game. It's not over yet, but it's not far from being over. St. Barnabas don't get a couple of scores early in the second half. So we'll be back in a few minutes there with the second half of this game. Give us about 5-10 minutes, and we'll be back in to report on the second half. Do you want me to start the audio? Yeah. Okay, here we are, back in the game. Here's Owen O'Hara on the ball. Takes it in. We've just restarted here now. Welcome back to Gaelic Park in the Bronx for the Under-14 A Championship final between St. Barnabas and Rockland GA Club. Rockland winning at the half-time, 4-5 to 1-2. 12 points between the teams, and Rockland are on the attack again. Colin Conroy goes up for that ball, but Rockland managed to win it back, and that is Owen O'Hara. Owen O'Hara. Oh, if she called that, that's a penalty. No. 13-yard free in. So that's a free in there for St. Barnabas. It's going to be a 13-yard free. Noel Common going back to the original spot of the foul. Jack Sullivan gets on the ball, and another score for Jack Sullivan. The ball goes over the bar. And here's Ryan Harvey, 4-6 to 1-2. 11 points between the teams. Now, referee's going to make her kick it again. Okay, Ryan Harvey on the ball. He's going to kick it out now, but he's looking for options, and there isn't too many out there looking to step up. Down by 11 points. Oh, and a big kick. Here we go. Jack Sullivan in Jack Sullivan country, and he wins that ball over his head. He's a huge man, and he plays the ball very well there into the Rockland forward line. Back into Oliver Connolly. Oliver Connolly looks up. He jinks out of one tackle, but gets blocked down there. And St. Barnabas are looking to come away with this ball. Barnabas under a lot of pressure back there, and they manage to turn it over. But Barnabas win the ball back under pressure and lose it again. Here we go. Barnabas win it back for the third time. Adam Smith gets on that ball, steps back in, rides one tackle, loses possession. Rockland get on the ball, and that is going to be Jack Sullivan, I believe. Yeah, Jack Sullivan on the ball here. Jack Sullivan, early candidate for player of the game, him and Jason Riley. Not too many candidates on the St. Barnabas team apart from Niall Rogers. But it's a hot ball here between McPhailam and Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan wins it and leaves it off. But Barnabas turn the ball over. Give the ball off, and Jack Gleason's going to get on this ball, but referee is going to stop it from there. Jack Gleason kicks it, moves it down the field. There's Cian O'Flynn. Cian O'Flynn leaves it off. Cian Ryan, yep. Hand passes in there into Jack Gleason. Jack Gleason to Cormac Murphy. Cormac Murphy back to Jack Gleason. Jack Gleason, he needs to step up here now. They're going to win this game. Gives it off to Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers into Cormac Murphy. Cormac Murphy looks up. Gives it in there now. Barnabas kick it in, but it's a wide ball for Barnabas just when they needed a score. Difficult to break down this Rockland defence, but Barnabas forwards really need to step up here now if they're going to turn this game around. Shane O'Neill's going to kick it. He's choosing to kick it out of his hands. Nope, off the ground. Looks for an option around the middle of the field. He's not too concerned with direction. It's more about power, and it goes straight to a Barnabas hand, a Rockland hand. Rockland get the ball into Daglan McLaughlin. Daglan McLaughlin looks up. Jason Killeen is open, but Jason Riley's open. Gives it off there to Aidan Lee. Aidan Lee gives it back there to Emma Killeen. Emma Killeen looks up, looks in at Oliver Connolly. Oliver Connolly wins that ball, kicks the ball, and it goes over the bar. It's a great score for Oliver Connolly, and another good score for Rockland. 4-7 to 1-2. This game is turned into a very lopsided contest. Barnabas just not able to take their chances or break down the Rockland midfield. Jack Sullivan's been a tower of possession against the Barnabas challenge. Cian O'Flynn. Oh, Jack Sullivan's on the ball again. Gives it up, but Cian O'Flynn managed to turn it over. Cian O'Flynn gives it up, but again Jack Sullivan gets on the end of that ball. What a game this man has had. Owen O'Hara on it there now. Takes the possession in, kicks the ball, big high ball in, but it's blocked down by the Barnabas defence. But again, nothing seems to go right for them as it goes out for, no, not for a 45. Yep. 45, yeah. We're going to go back for a Rockland 45. That is on the white line in the middle of the field. Referee signals a 45 in possession for the Rockland team as the temperature drops very, very cold. We're now below freezing, and it surely feels like it out here as the wind blows very cold. 25 minutes to go. It's 25 minutes to go as the clock ticks down 19 points to 5 in favour of Rockland. 14 points, and Barnabas really need to turn the momentum back in their favour if they're going to come close in this game at all. It could turn into a total blowout here unless they really step it up. Sean O'Neill with another 45. Oh my God, has this gone over? It hits the post, and Cian O'Flynn does very well to get rid of it. Clears it out of defence. What an attempt, but Owen O'Hara's got the ball here now. Can he convert the chance? Blocked down again. Great defence by Barnabas. Barnabas get the ball. Cian O'Flynn, big kick out in the direction of Owen Kennedy. Owen Kennedy's got to get on this ball. He's really got to step up the game here, and he plays it back very well to Jack Gleeson. Jack Gleeson off to Owen. Owen looks up, looks at Aaron Bogue is free, gives it off to Aaron. Aaron's under possession from Kieran Walsh. Jack Gleeson kicks the ball down soccer style, but Shane O'Neill is going to win this ball in a foot race. Yep, Shane O'Neill wins it, and it's a disappointing result for Barnabas. Barnabas just not turning possession into scores. Big kick down in the direction of Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan under pressure from Jack Gleeson, but Jack Sullivan gives the ball over to Aidan Lee. Aidan Lee on the ball here now, looks up for Jack Sullivan, gives it to Emma Killeen. Emma Killeen gets into possession here now. He gives it off to Jason Riley, but Jason Riley loses possession, and Barnabas clear their lines. This is a big chance now for Barnabas. Barnabas are on the attack. That is Anthony McPhillum on the ball. He's charging forward towards it, but they've got to make this into a score or a point. Aaron Bogue's going to get on this ball, but Rockland turn the defence. Sean O'Neill horses a man out of the way, and then the ball breaks down. Rockland get on it. Shane O'Neill gets on it, solos as if he's doing a dummy. This man belongs as a running back, not a full back. I think he's breaking every tackle going, and he wins that ball here now. Shane O'Neill's going to take a rest for himself, and he well deserves it, as Rockland are going to get on this ball here, and that is going to be Dagla McLaughlin. Not sure there's a whole lot wrong with Shane O'Neill, but he says now is the time to tie his laces. Dagla McLaughlin, well, he's not too concerned about rushing anything anytime soon, as a lot of Rockland players take the opportunity to tie their laces. Shane O'Neill strolls back. Daglan kicks the ball in towards Emma Killeen. Emma Killeen's really stepped up now in this game, really showed up. A couple of scores to his name, a lot of possessions, done very little wrong. Passes the ball off to Jason Riley, but Jason Riley misses it, and Barnabas is going to turn this over. David Barrett horses a lad, but it still goes in the place of Rockland, but Cian O'Neill wins that ball. Well done, Cian. You get your opportunity here now. In towards Owen Kennedy. Owen Kennedy gets on the ball here now. They're looking in for Jack Gleeson. Oh no, another turnover for Jack Sullivan, but well done. Owen Kennedy gets the ball in again, gives the ball off towards Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers gets on the possession here now. They need they need a score, but Rockland, put every time Barnabas get under possession, they're met with a fierce white resistance. They're bringing the ball forward. Referee Noel Common decides that Rockland are slowing the game down deliberately, and she's going to play it 13 yards forward. But it's overcooked in the direction of Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue wins that ball. No foul, says referee Noel Common. Aaron Bogue gets under possession, and he's fouled by Jack Sullivan. And we have Cormac Murphy here now on the ball. They really need to take a chance. They're looking for Owen Kennedy. Owen Kennedy is being marked very, very tightly. They kick it in the direction of the full forward line, but Shane O'Neill breaks it down. Shane O'Neill looks up, solos the ball, walks out. Jack Sullivan on the ball, back to Shane O'Neill. Nobody's going to stop him if he gets his momentum up. He carries the ball 20 yards in an effortless stroll, and it's down to Owen O'Hara. Owen O'Hara's under pressure from Jack Gleeson. Jack Gleeson and Owen O'Hara, many battles down throughout the years, but it looks like Owen O'Hara's getting on top today. But Owen O'Hara kicks the ball in the direction of Oliver Connolly. Oliver Connolly looks up, gives the ball back to Owen O'Hara. Won't be doing very well to kick it over the bar from there. But he gets on the ball again, under pressure from Aaron Bogue. Gives it off to Emmett Killeen. Emmett Killeen is going to take it back, kicks it over to Oliver Connolly. Oliver Connolly does very well, gains possession first time, gives it back to Emmett Killeen. Emmett Killeen intercepted by Cian Flynn. Cian Flynn's done very well this half now to turn the tide against Rockland, but it hasn't been enough. Kicks the ball away from Jack Gleeson and horses him out of the way. Good man, Cian. Emmett Killeen gets on the ball here now, tackled again by Cian O'Flynn, who puts under a lot of pressure on Emmett Killeen, and now Barnabas is going to win this ball. Barnabas win it and turn it out. Good possession there now for Barnabas. Niall Rogers on the ball. They look up and here's Cormac Murphy. Cormac Murphy kicks the ball in the direction of Owen Kennedy, but it's going to be another ball in that favours Rockland. Daglan McLaughlin gets on the end of it. Owen Kennedy can't do a whole lot about it as Daglan McLaughlin comes away with it. He takes on two tacklers, beats both of them and hands it off there to Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan takes two bounces. Yep, two bounces that time, as St. Barnabas win a free for a technical foul against the player in possession. Cormac Murphy on the ball. Looks up the direction of Anthony McPhailim. Anthony McPhailim is not favoured for this ball as Barnabas Kieran Lee gets on the ball, hands it off there to Jason Riley. Jason Riley gives it to Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan looks up and decides to take the ball off himself. It's going to take two men to stop him. Oh, a great tackle by Cormac Murphy. Cormac Murphy dispossesses him, but he can't do enough to win possession back on his own, except he does it again, and Jack Sullivan's going to be in possession. Cormac Murphy with a tenacious tackling effort here now. And Barnabas are going to put Emma Killeen under a lot of pressure here now, and it's going to be a free for Rockland. That's a foul on Emma Killeen. Jack Sullivan's going to get the ball in possession here now. Excellent play by Emma Killeen. And Jack Sullivan, Cormac Murphy with some tenacious defending, just couldn't do enough to turn the ball over. As the ball goes in the direction of Owen O'Hara, beats Owen O'Hara and goes over the top to Oliver Connolly, but the Barnabas defence have something to say about that. Rockland turned the ball over and Owen O'Hara gets in possession and he's fouled in play. Barnabas not too happy. Owen O'Hara goes for the shot, but it goes over the bar. That's the score, 4-8 to 1-2. As the scoreboard ticks up, the clock ticks down, and it is not in Barnabas' favour here today. 20 points to 5. They're 15 points down with 18 minutes to go, and it's not where they thought they would be. As Barnabas try to clear their lines. Cian O'Flynn gets on the ball again, gives it off to Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue looks up. There's Cullen Conroy. Cullen Conroy, another man with Tipperary connections, gives the ball off, and Aaron Bogue gets on the ball. Cian O'Flynn gets it, and he's under a lot of pressure. What tenacious tackling for Barnabas. Noel Commons says that's a free. Emma Killeen doesn't agree with her, but Jack Gleeson now on the ball. Jack Gleeson in the direction of Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers got something special up his sleeve. He takes on Aidan Lee, and he can't get past him, so he gives it off to Anthony McPhailim. Anthony McPhailim looks up, he's tackled by Aidan Lee. Aidan Lee gives it off to Jason Riley. Jason Riley, ball spills on the ground and Anthony McPhailim tries to compete for it. Jason Riley gets the ball back into his hands and Jack Gleeson is in the possession now, manages to turn it over in the direction of Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers 55 yards out, but charging in the direction of goals, takes on two players and looks for the return pass. There's Aaron Bogue. Barnabas carrying it in towards goals. They're going to need to bring it in the centre a lot more if they're going to get scores out of that, and they turn the ball over as Rockland carry it out of defence under pressure from Rockland, but now they have a lot of time as Jason Riley carries this ball. He's got acres of space and acres of options, but Cormac Murphy does very well to turn the ball over, and here comes St. Barnabas. Barnabas in the direction of Owen Kennedy. Owen Kennedy needs to do something now if we're going to get it, and I think they've got advantage. Yep, advantage here for St. Barnabas. Yeah, Jason Riley is the guilty party. Owen Kennedy's going to take this score on opportunity. Not an easy shot, but 21 yards out. Very, very cold day. Not an easy kick for a free taker. Owen Kennedy's feeling the effects of that kick, but I'm sure he'll be fine to take the free. Noel Common asks him if he's okay. I think he's fine. 21 yards on the edge of the D. Towards the left-hand side. He's got to curl this towards the middle. Takes a shot and it goes back in, and that's a point for St. Barnabas. 1-3 to 4-8. 20 points to 6. Still a gap, mountain of a gap to close down. 16 minutes to go. Shane O'Neill ambles down the field. He's in no rush. Lazy kicking style, but a huge kick. That's a great catch by Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan kicks the ball now in the direction of Owen O'Hara. Owen O'Hara over to Jason Riley. Jason Riley decides to carry that ball, but he's got to face the opposition of Cormac Murphy. Jason Riley kicks it in. What a brilliant block by Cormac Murphy. What tenacious tackling he showed the last few minutes, but back with Jack Sullivan. Barnabas just can't catch a break as Emmet Killeen gets on the ball. He's tackled and Jack Gleeson managed to turn the ball over. In again towards Anthony McPhailum. Anthony McPhailum looks up, sees back towards the middle again. Anthony McPhailum over to Keane O'Flynn. Keane O'Flynn's got to carry this ball. He needs options inside. There's a lot more white shirts than green inside, so he gives it off to Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue charges towards the middle. He's going to be he's caught by 3 players and gets a late hit, and the referee's going to stop the game. Fifteen and a half minutes gone. 20 points to Rockland. 1-6 to Rockland. That's 6 points. 1-6 to Barnabas. That's 6 points as the referee calls that water break. There's going to be a 2-minute water break here now for Barnabas. Mike Kennedy and Donald Murphy. They're going to have to dig deep now in their speech repertoire if they're going to change this performance, because they've got to turn down a 14-point deficit, and it is not easy. All the momentum is with Rockland. Very, very hard for St. Barnabas to break down this tenacious defence. But Barnabas, to their credit, have given Rockland no easy scores. Every time they take the ball, men like Keane O'Flynn, Cormac Murphy, Anthony McPhailum, all the backs have been doing a tremendous job trying to keep the Rockland forwards out. But Rockland have just had that little bit extra. Men like Jack Sullivan, Emmet Killeen, really, really coming to the fore today. Amazing to see 15 New York Fela players out in the field. 15 players unfortunately weren't able to go back represent their county, but they're representing their clubs with exceptional pride today. Brilliant young players, a testament to their clubs and their parents. All the work that's going on in these clubs, they're really, really showing it. What a great game of football. The score mightn't be too close, but over the years these two teams have played some really, really epic battles, and it's showing out there today for everybody. Some great performances on both sides. The referees doing well. Not an easy game to referee. Anytime you do a St. Barnabas Rockland game, it is not an easy game to call, but I think Noelle Common in the balance of it, she's done very well. Any decisions she's made them without any indecisiveness, so great credit to her. The first woman ever to referee a New York Minor Board A-Division Championship final, and it's great to see it. Hopefully now she'll be around for many years to come to referee some more games. Just want to give a shout out there now to Mickey Quigg, who set up this streaming service. He's done great work for us. Games development manager for New York GA. Without him now we wouldn't have any of these streaming services provided by Tim. What's your company's name? Tim's company. If you need us, just message us in the inbox and we'll set you up. He's a great service last week for the New York Ladies Finals. He did the New York Senior Football Finals a couple of weeks ago. Everybody very impressed. Thousands of views back home, thousands of views here this weekend and last weekend. So if you need him, he's there for you. Great man, very, very competitive pricing, and it's top quality as you see there yourself. So here we go. We got 15 minutes left in this game. 14 points down for St. Barnabas, but I've never seen a Barnabas team give up now. If anybody remembers the New York Senior Football Final, they were 10 points down with 15 minutes to go, and they managed to win that game in extra time. They've showed real tenacity and heart over the years. A really, really, really proud club. Founded back in 1970, one of the original members of the New York Minor Board, men like Paddy Markham, founding members of the club who Paddy's Field is named after. I'm sure they're looking down with great pride on these young men and women as they wear the green and gold jersey of St. Barnabas Club. Great to see people like Mike Brosnan, Mike Kennedy, Donald Murphy, all the guys who played football and hurling over the years, now still working really, really hard developing the underage programme. And we are going to go back here for... I am not sure what the decision is, but St. Barnabas don't seem to be too happy with it. I think it's a kick out. No, it's going to be... Oh, okay, it's going to be free out to Rockland, and it's going to be 25 yards out from their own goals. Shane O'Neill's going to take it if he gets around to it. And he's going to take it off the ground. This is a throwback player. He's like a lad from the 1980s kicking the frees off the ground, but he's got a boot in him that any player at under 14 in Ireland or America would be proud of. And here's another big kick, a huge kick, 40 yards. And referee Noel Common says that Barnabas were fouled off the ball. So Owen Kennedy's going to win this free here now. But he kicks it in the direction of Jason Riley. Jason Riley will take that with delight as he gives it off to Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan tears down the field and gives it to Oliver Connolly. Oliver Connolly looks up. Owen O'Hara. Owen O'Hara gets the ball, takes it, and it's a goal. A goal for Rockland, and that is a real kick when you're down for the St. Barnabas team. They had the ball, they were in their own half, they were going to create a chance, but they gave the ball away, and this is going to be compounded now by a sideline ball in Rockland's favour. Well, when it rains it pours, I think, for St. Barnabas, and it hasn't really been a good day at the office for them. They won't be looking back in this video, but the Rockland team, to their credit, they've been fantastic all over the field. As Emma Killeen kicks the ball, he gives it off to Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan looks up, kicks the ball in, but it's intercepted by Cormac Murphy, who spills the ball, and now it is going to be a chance for Rockland again. Jason Riley's going to get on this ball. He looks up and he sees Emma Killeen. Emma Killeen kicks the ball. That's a great score if he gets it, and it's a great score for Emma Killeen. 30 yards out. Well taken. You really have to hand it to the Rockland boys today. They've really been the better team, and I don't think St. Barnabas will have any complaints about this game. 5-9 to 1-3. That's 24 points to 6. Almost 20 points in this game, and St. Barnabas are almost wishing, looking at the body language, that this game was over. Here we go. In for Rockland. Rockland are going to win the initial break, but that's a great break win by David Barrett, and David Barrett kicks it over there to another Barnabas player. Back to David. David looks up, gives it into Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers wins that ball, takes on a Rockland player and gives it off then inside. They look up, Barnabas charging towards the field, giving it back here to Niall Rogers. Great Niall Rogers, whose credits had a really good game. One of the best performers of green and yellow, and he shows a lot of heart for a little man. Let's go again now, and that's intercepted by Ian Lee for the Rockland defence. Gives it off there to Oliver Connolly. Oliver Connolly's really stepping it up here now. Gives it off to Emma Killeen. Emma Killeen looks up, looks back for Oliver Connolly. Gives it in to Oliver. Oliver is going to charge towards goal, and he's going to get an opportunity, but Barnabas, great to their defence. That shows what tenacious character and heart they have. They turn the ball over, and despite being fouled, they win the ball back. Here they go again. This is Cormac Murphy. Kicks it in the direction of David Barrett, but it's intercepted there by Kieran Lee. Kieran Lee wins the ball, hands it off to Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan there now gets on the ball. Daglan McLaughlin, but no. They're having a conference call about who's going to take this, and they decide that Daglan McLaughlin's going to have a kick at it. Daglan looks up, kicks the ball over in the direction of Oliver Connolly. Oliver Connolly gets on the ball here now. No. Emma Killeen gets on the ball here now. Oliver Connolly's on the ball here at the minute. He looks up, looping high ball in, kicked, and that's another great opportunity for Rockland, but the goalie spills it. This could be a heartbreaker off the crossbar in the back of the net. This is not, this has been a difficult one. Great score by Rockland, well worked. Disappointment for St. Barnabas, they won't be too happy with that. Kicks the ball over now to David Barrett. Game as a contest now, it's ebbed and flowed away from St. Barnabas. Jack Gleeson gets on the ball. David Barrett kicks it in again towards Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue spills the ball, but he manages to get it back over to Jack Gleeson. Jack Gleeson to David. David wins on the ball, but he's under pressure from Jack Sullivan. Jack Gleeson now gets on it here, and it's over towards Owen Kennedy. Owen Kennedy looks up, passes it off towards Anthony McPhailam, over to Aaron Bogue. And it's a wide ball. That's disappointing there for St. Barnabas. They won't be adding to their championship medal totals this year. They'll have to settle for a U20, a U10, possibly a 16 or an 18 championship, maybe even a 21. But between their U10s and their senior football championships, they will not be adding a U14 championship there today unless something drastically changes in the last 11 minutes of this game. Rockland kicked the ball out. Nope, they managed to keep it in play. That's it. Frustration starts to build now on the Barnabas side, and you just hope that this game doesn't end with any issues. Rockland get on the ball, bring the ball up 13 yards forward for descent, And Jack Sullivan gets on this ball here now. Barnabas can't have too many complaints now. They just really haven't been able to compete with Rockland. As they managed to turn the ball over. That's a great job. But Rockland again managed to turn the ball over. That's well worked. You really got to hand it to the Rockland boys. They came over from the Tappan Sea Bridge on a mission today, and they've really turned the screws against this St. Barnabas team. Kicked ball out. There's Aidan Lee. Aidan Lee gets on the ball. Nobody's in any hassle out to turn the ball over for him. That is Cian Barry. Cian Barry on the ball here. Him and his brother are going to have some medals here today to walk home with. Aidan Lee gets on it. Gives the ball out to, who is that? Daglan McLaughlin. Daglan McLaughlin on the ball. Tackled well there now by Anthony McPhailin, but there's nobody putting any pressure on Oliver Connolly. Rockland content just to play keep ball, and they keep the ball away from St. Barnabas. A great effect as they turn the ball over. That's a sub on now for the Rockland team. Rockland are in possession. There's Jason Riley. Jason Riley looks up. Big chance and off the crossbar. Here we go again. Barnabas win the ball. Get tackled. Turned over. But Ryan Harvey's going to get on this ball. 9 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. 22 points separate, or 18 points separate these teams as Cian O'Flynn wins the ball over the head of the Rockland player. Here's Owen Kennedy, or Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue and Owen Kennedy for making commentator hard, both wearing the same number. As Owen Kennedy gets the ball on here now, both wearing number 15. They give the ball back to Jack Gleeson. Jack Gleeson on the ball here now, kicks the ball over to the side of the field, and Niall Rogers is going to carry it in the direction of the Rockland goals. Niall Rogers got plenty of options, but nobody's moving too quick as Aaron Bogue gets on the ball here now. Kicks it up high. That's a great score by Aaron Bogue. That's one of the scores of the game. Fair play to him. 1-4 to 6-9.
You guys move down a bit or just be quiet. I can hear you on the microphone. Thank you very much.
Shane O'Neill's going to kick this ball out. He looks up, sees his options, but decides the best option for him is probably route one, and he kicks the ball. Big kick now, little less than the last ones, 35 yards out down the middle of the field. Gives it off. Jack Gleeson gives it off to Niall Rogers. Gets the ball back and gives it off there to Owen Kennedy. Owen Kennedy tries to get it, but he's intercepted. Jack Gleeson's on the ball here now, though. Manages to turn it over. Jinx once, jinx twice. Drops in the direction of the goalie. Goalie's under pressure here now from St. Barnabas, but he manages to kick the ball back out in the direction of the Daglan McLaughlin. Daglan McLaughlin looks up, sees Jason Riley, but he doesn't need him. Carries the ball down the field. He's under pressure from Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue trying to hare after him, but Daglan's going to carry that ball a good 50 yards. Daglan looks up, doesn't need anybody, so he's going to keep going himself. Keeps going another 50 yards. Here we go, Rockland in the middle. Oh, the turnover, great turnover of the Barnabas defence, but they themselves are turned over and they give the ball out. Looks up, David Barrett on the ball. Gives the ball out to the wing. Barnabas look up again. Here is Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers well picked up. What a skillful little player, but the ball turned over again by Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan plays it off now to Daglan McLaughlin. He's just made a 70-yard run, decides just to keep it a walking pace. Gives the ball off to Emmet Killeen. Emmet Killeen looks up, hand passes it out to the wing and takes the return pass. Emmet Killeen takes his shooting opportunity, but it goes to the left and it goes wide. He's played a really good game out there today. Probably has 3 or 4 points. Ryan Harvey gets on the ball here now. Jack Gleeson won't thank him for that pass, but he'll take it instead. On the sideline ball, Cullen Conroy gives him an option, but the ball is going to be turned over by Rockland. Rockland turned it over again, and it's that man Aidan Durkin on the ball. Aidan Durkin hand passes it away. Jack Gleeson gets on the ball, looks up and sees Aaron Bogue, looks for the return pass, but he decides to give it back. Yeah, back to James Gleeson. Over here to Cian O'Flynn. Cian O'Flynn's done very well this half. Kept the ball in, gives it over to Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue takes a man on, takes on Jason Riley, but that's a bit of a brick wall and has to go back. Looks up and sees Jack Gleeson, but gives it to nobody instead, and Daglan McLaughlin turns the ball over as St. Barnabas try to hare after Aidan Lee. Aidan Lee gives the ball off here, over here to Oliver Connolly. Aidan Lee takes the return pass, looks up instead. Rockland going to have, I think that was off the ground. No, referee says no. And we are Aidan Durkin. Aidan Durkin is going to kick the ball up high. Barnabas goalie under pressure there now, and that is Jack Britton. Jack Britton gives the ball off to Oliver Connolly. Oliver Connolly, does he save? Oh, that's disappointing now for Ryan Harvey. You can't fault him for any of the goals, but he managed to make a little mistake on that one there now. and the ball just goes behind the line. He's done really, really well all today. Kick-out's been very good. You can't fault him for the goals. That one just, unfortunately, representative of the way St. Barnabas just played today. They just have not been able to compete with this Rockland juggernaut. Over it goes to Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers gives it to Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue hand passes in the middle. It's given away. Aidan Lee. Aidan Lee, big ball in towards Emma Killeen, but Cullen Conroy does very well to turn the ball over. Cullen wins the ball, but it's dispossessed again by Owen O'Hara. Owen O'Hara gets the ball, and it's a Rockland free in. Free in now for Owen O'Hara. Owen looks up. Owen looks at his opportunities. He might think of himself as having a shot. Some of the Rockland players sitting down on the far side of the field, they're not too stressed about today, as another ball goes in the back of the net, and Rockland don't even bother cheering that ball. It's disappointing now, and the game just fades out in the last couple of minutes. Disappointment now all around for St. Barnabas. Joy for Rockland. They're going to be the under-14 champions for a second year in a row, I believe. Yes, Mick Killeen is the New York Phelan manager, so this will be their 2 in a row. As Aaron Bogue hustles down the field, Keane O'Flynn gets on the ball. He looks up. Keane O'Flynn, one of the star performances for Rockland, for Barnabas in this game. Aaron Bogue gets on the ball here now. Over to Jack Gleeson. Jack Gleeson has to be shouldered by his own player, but he keeps the ball in, and Keane O'Flynn gets the ball again. Keane O'Flynn looks up, gives the ball to Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue attacks the ball again, gives it back to carries the ball in, kicks in the direction of Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers tries to win that ball, but it's turned over there, and there's Aidan Lee. Aidan Lee gives in direction of Owen O'Hara. As Barnabas try and carry the ball into the Rockland half, but it isn't easy. Niall Rogers on the ball. Kicks it over in the direction of the Barnabas forwards as Andy McPhillan gets on the ball. He looks up and gives it back to Aaron Bogue. Aaron Bogue looks up, gives it back to Andy McPhillan. Big kick in the direction of Owen Kennedy. Owen Kennedy wins that ball. He's tackled by 3 Barnabas players in the big square. Does the referee give a penalty? Penalty, yep. Referee awards a penalty. Yep. Any fouls inside the big square at under 14 level, aggressive fouls are penalties. If the foul is in the small square, the small parallelogram, technical or tactical, that is also a penalty. So it's going to be a penalty here for St. Barnabas, holding the player. So Owen Kennedy, I believe, is going to step up to take this. There's 3 minutes left in the game, 8-9 to 1-4. It's not a day where there's any dispute about the winner. 32 points to 7 at the minute. David Bard kicks it, and a great penalty. Wow, that was a fantastic penalty, to be fair to him. Well done to David. Great score. That's now 2-4, 10 points to 32, 22 points in this game. Rockland star performers all over the field. You really have to give the credit to everybody there who's put on a white jersey there today in the under-14 and in the under-12 game. They've really performed very well. Shane O'Neill just been a bull there at the full back line. Kicked a great score. There's Daglan McLaughlin, another New York Phelan player, earned his New York jersey there today. And Owen O'Hara, great game. Well done to Aidan Durkin, gets on the ball here now. Hand passes it in towards Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan hand passes it in there towards Aidan. Emma Killeen's going to... that's another goal for Rockland. 9-9 is the score now to 2-4, 1:45 on the clock as Jack Gleeson gets on this ball. Jack Gleeson's going to carry the ball down the field. 36 points to 10, 26 points in this game. David Barrett gets on the ball here now. Gives the ball in towards Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers working very hard. Gives the ball off to... oh, he takes this great score. Oh, you just can't catch a break, the Rockland team. Shane O'Neill gets on the ball here now. Hand passes it out the field down towards Cian Barry. Cian Barry gets on the ball. He's played very well. Gives the ball over here towards Austin O'Hara. Austin O'Hara gets on the ball here now. Does very well himself. Probably fouled. Yep. There's less than a minute to go. Jack Sullivan's going to take this. Rockland in no rush to take it. Barnabas in no rush to defend it. 36 points to 10. Quite a one-sided game, but you have to hand it to Rockland Club. Been a fantastic ambassador for the game over the years. They played exceptionally well here today. Coach well with the New York Phelan manager McLean. They're going to be probably going to be the New York Phelan managers next year, as well as chance of a score there now. But referee decides it's I think an overcarrying call. But again, great credit though to St. Barnabas Club. They never ever gave up today, despite the scoreline. They've tried very, very hard. They just haven't been able to match it with Rockland on the day. But over the years, these teams have had a great battle, and I'm sure there's many more battles to come between these two teams. Unfortunately, they didn't get a CYC or a league this year, but you know. And there's the final whistle, and it is a great win for the Rockland Club, 9-9 to 2-4. Good performance by Noel Common, good performance by both teams, but in the end you just really have to hand it to players like Jason Riley, Owen O'Hara, Jack Sullivan, Emma Colleen, Kieran Walsh, Jack Britton, Oliver Connolly, just stars up and down the Rockland roster, and it's very, very hard to pick a man of the match out. That's going to be up to the New York Minor Board. Jack Sullivan, outstanding. Daglan McLaughlin, outstanding. Very, very good. And the St. Barnabas team, it's been a tough day at the office for St. Barnabas. They played very, very well in the first half, but the goals really were the difference between these teams. Cormac Murphy did very well. Jack Gleason does well. Owen Kennedy, Aaron Bogue. Jack Baldwin got a great goal in the first half. Cullen Conroy worked hard. Cian O'Flynn was tenacious to the very end, and Adam Smith, the star performer out there, but just didn't have it when it came down to it. And it's going to be the end of our performance here tonight. Yeah. Yep, and don't forget now you can see the upload on the New York Minor Board Facebook page, the entire game. I believe there was a slight interruption to the game, but you'll get the full uninterrupted games on the New York Minor Board Facebook page. That's on facebook.com/NYMB, and it's over and out for me. Have a great day and have a great night. Well done to all.